Hello and welcome to another Friday edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams. In today's show, tips on preventing a cyber attack. Plus, keeping our liquor paradise clean through proper waste management. Stay with us for all this and more. Soon come back.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 25, 2022. Jamaica's confirmed COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are continuing to trend downward. Over the last 14 days, 236 total new cases have been confirmed across the country in 125 of 783, or 16% of communities. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa-McKenzie provided the update during the Ministry of Health's COVID Conversations digital press briefing yesterday. She says the country's daily positivity rate now stands at 2%, while the 7-day average positivity rate is 3.6%. And while the country's reproductive rate remains below 1, the CMO says it is being monitored, as there has been a slight increase. With COVID hospitalizations going down, Dr. Bisesa-McKenzie says hospitals and clinics can return to normal services. She is encouraging persons who had their surgery or appointment dates postponed to make contact with their health facilities. At the same time, Jamaicans are being encouraged to continue practicing the infection prevention and control measures, which will assist in keeping the numbers down. Jamaica has received $20 million in medical equipment and supplies from the Government of Canada in partnership with the Pan American Health Organization, World Health Organization. The gift includes critical care beds, ECG machines, blood pressure machines, video laryngoscopes, laptops, and privacy screens. They were handed over to the Ministry of Health on Thursday. State Minister of Health and Wellness Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn says this will further bolster the bilateral partnership established with Canada over the years. The donation forms part of the $1.2 million Canadian dollar, or 148 million Jamaican dollar, Caribbean Disaster Risk Management Program Health Sector Project. The project supports 6 Caribbean countries in the provision of technical assistance, training, essential medical and health supplies, and equipment for infection prevention and control. The Ministry of Health has launched a new chat line to tackle mental health challenges among young people 16 to 24 years of age. It has been set up in collaboration with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the Caribbean Child Development Center at the University of the West Indies UWI Open Campus. Persons can call the You Matter chat line at 876-838-4897. It will operate via mobile messaging through the You Report platform created by UNICEF. Young people who need support can send messages at any time on their mobile phones to connect with trained counselors at no cost.
In the coming months, the visibility of this chat line will increase as we build the capacity to respond to what we anticipate will be an in-demand service. Up to 200 contacts per week in the first instance. Already there are 10 counselors on board, and service has been tested with good results by a mixed group of young people.
Research shows that 1 in every 4 Jamaican students has considered suicide. And the Ministry of Health and Wellness reports that up to 60% of those treated at hospitals for attempted suicides are adolescents and young people under age 24.
The text line provides youth with a chance to engage trained counselors for help. And I really want to say that it's a service we should encourage our young people to take advantage of.
UNICEF Jamaica Country Representative Mariko Kagoshima says the You Matter chat line will provide a safe, anonymous, and non-judgmental space for young people to seek the support they need. It is expected to cost $5 million Jamaican dollars per annum to operate and will be funded by UNICEF for 2 years, after which the Ministry of Health and Wellness will cover the cost. Jamaica is preparing to welcome 2 to 3 weekly non-stop Frontier Airlines flights from Denver, Colorado later this year. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett revealed the news in a press release yesterday. It comes after a meeting to conclude airlift discussions with the CEO of Frontier Airlines, Barry Biffle, and his executive team at Sandals Montego Bay on Wednesday. The Met Service has officially launched Jamaica's Bushfire Warning Index. The launch took place at an official ceremony held at the University of the West Indies Mona campus on World Meteorological Day, March 23. Director of the Met Service, Evan Thompson, says the Bushfire Warning Index was developed from the United States Keach-Byram Drought Index and modified to our climatic conditions.
A lot of work was done. We brought in a specialist who was going to assist us with the development of the index. Also, we went into communities to sell the idea to communities that we knew were often at risk. And we engaged a communication company to come on board and make it much more visible in these communities, conduct surveys, and also spread the information island-wide.
The project, which started in 2017, was funded by the Government of Jamaica and the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB. A partnership was then established in 2019 with the Jamaica Fire Brigade to collect data and develop bushfire prediction models. Under the Building Resilience Through Climate Adaptation Technologies project, the Met Service's Smart Alert tool was also updated to track and provide alerts on bushfires across the island. And finally, to date, at least 1 metric ton of waste has been captured from gullies in Kingston since a plastic interceptor vessel was deployed in early February this year. This is an initiative of the Grace Kennedy Foundation in partnership with several government and NGO entities. They include the Port Authority of Jamaica, the National Environment and Planning Agency, the Urban Development Corporation, and Ocean Cleanup, a non-governmental organization from the Netherlands. The interceptor traps and clears plastic waste collected at the mouths of gullies in order to prevent it from entering the Kingston Harbor. On Wednesday, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, led a multi-stakeholder team on a tour of several gullies in eastern Kingston for a first-hand view of the work being done by the plastic interceptor vessel. He revealed that government would be undertaking a legacy project based on restoration of the environment and, in particular, the blue economy.
We have more water than we have land, and if you don't take care of the water, then you won't be able to harness the economic. That master plan will include virtually every division of KCMC. The hope would be is that in 5 years we're seeing less waste at this point. I mean, this is your last, resort to try and catch some of that. We're going to have to look at how we deal with the legacy issues, because you have 60 years of waste that we need to deal with.
Minister Samuda says the work of the interceptor vessel is the first step in what is really required to deal with a number of elements regarding the environment, and expressed gratitude to all the stakeholders for the initiative. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Without a doubt, tourism is Jamaica's #1 industry, and our dedicated workers are its greatest asset. Jamaica would not be the heartbeat of the world without you. As the industry rebounds from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, we truly need all hands on deck, yours included. Vaccination holds the hope for tourism's full recovery. In addition to COVID-19 protocols, it is the only comprehensive way to fight the pandemic and save lives. I am therefore urging every worker in the tourism and hospitality industry, in all the subsectors, including accommodation, attractions, entertainment, transportation and craft, to do your part and get vaccinated. Do it for yourself, your family, your workplace, and your community. Do it for Jamaica, land we love. Stay safe. Get vaccinated.
Have you used your phone in the last minute? Come on now, you must have made a purchase online or checked out social media? Yes? Okay, now come closer. Quick question. Can you confirm that your data is secure? Not so sure. We got you. Learn ways you can feel safer when using your devices next.
Cybersecurity trends, though ever-changing, are a constant in today's society, even more so due to the increased usage of technology to attend school, conduct meetings, carry out work tasks, and basic day-to-day necessities.
There are a lot of trends out there, but as far as the online space, phishing is one of the enduring challenges out there, and the trend these days is to actually utilize COVID-19 resource sites as a platform from which to launch these attacks. They look very much like the official sites for a lot of these companies, and if you're really not wary, you will actually not realize that there are subtle changes such as misspellings, such as a graphic that is not where it should be.
So phishing, what really is it? According to our research, it is a type of social engineering attack often used to steal your user data, including login credentials and credit card numbers. As Lieutenant Colonel Sterling just explained, the hackers can replicate a trusted website. They can even trick you into opening malicious emails and messages. Once you do this, by clicking the link attached, you could very well be giving the hackers access to your private information, so be careful.
Additionally, we've seen an uptick in ransomware, and this is where this usually starts as part of a phishing campaign, and when you have fallen victim, the end result is that the attacker gains access to either your device or your network, and they encrypt your files and ask for ransom. But we're also seeing an increase in cryptojacking. This is where hackers will actually steal your cryptocurrencies and they will take them to exchanges and cash out. So as Jamaicans become more adept at buying cryptocurrency and supporting our own digital currency issued by the central bank, they have to be more wary of some of the pitfalls of cryptojacking online. Now, we have seen also a good trends where the use of HTTPS for web-facing resources has increased by about 174% within the region. We have also seen a downward trend in malware infections because more persons are installing antivirus and anti-malware software and are generally becoming more responsible in their use. The need for security, if you really measure it, is costly, but the existence of a lack of security can be even more costly. Now, for the individual, there are free apps within the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store that you can use to help to secure your devices. And sometimes for a nominal cost, there are some that you can also use that will do a better job. Now, what works for you is really going to be up to what you do online and the devices that you have. But the risk of not having any protection at all is one that cannot necessarily have a dollar value placed to it. If your device gets encrypted by ransomware, what is the cost of it? Do you have backups? So that's another thing that you need to do, to back up your device, not just the settings, but also your data on the device. It is very easy to get pirated software or so-called free software from some download sites and torrents, but usually they come with unwelcome and hidden residents that will take over your devices and will sometimes cause you grief. So while it does have a cost attached to it, you have to do the cost-benefit analysis. What is the cost of not having security versus having security? And I can almost assure you that when you really do it, the cost of security will work out way cheaper than not having security.
properly disposing and recycling waste prevents pollution and conserves energy. As small as this box is, disposing of it correctly helps to reduce destruction of the ecosystem. Let's get our hands dirty by managing our waste.
Every single day, every living thing creates waste. What's waste? It's any substance that we discard of or throw out after it has served its primary purpose. For example, after having the water in this bottle, I no longer need it, so the bottle becomes waste. Here in Jamaica, we create an average of over 8,000 tons of solid waste per day.
We, from time to time, do what we call garbage characterization survey. This is where we actually go island-wide and take samples of the garbage and look at what make up the garbage, what's the composition of the garbage.
Regardless of what makes up your garbage, if you don't dispose of them correctly, we'll contribute to air and water pollution, flooding and diseases, while influencing climate change. That's why today, we'll look at the different types of waste and the best ways to dispose of them. Well, lunch was good. Sorry you missed it, but I want to point out how much waste I created from just 30 minutes of eating. I have this empty water bottle, well, almost empty, a lunch box. I have napkins, a fork, and I have some leftovers. So far, I've created organic, recyclable, and solid waste. Other types of waste include hazardous and liquid. Let's go ahead and break them down while looking on how to dispose of each. Let's start with organic waste. Organic waste is any material that is biodegradable and comes from either a plant or an animal. Examples include paper, leftover food, leaves, branches, and livestock manure. Over time, organic waste eventually breaks down into fertilizer, but not if it goes to the landfill. That's not good. There it will produce methane, and high levels of methane can reduce the amount of oxygen in the air, which will affect our breathing. So, where should it go? Organic waste shouldn't go into your bin. Take it round a back and start a composting heap.
We believe that composting provides an excellent opportunity.
Composting is rather simple. Cut the bottom from a container and place it directly on the ground in a cool or shaded location in your backyard.
First, we start with some grass from the lawn. I have some cardboard that I bought some things at the store and I got. This is cardboard. So I just cut it up and I throw it in.
Then add wood chips, fruits and vegetable waste, and animal waste from your cows or goats.
You need moisture, you need air.
Keep your compost moist and stir it regularly.
More.
We would produce the best soil nutrients for our flower beds, our farms, our little kitchen gardens. We will then be cutting back on expensive buying fertilizer.
Liquid waste includes fluids such as domestic wastewater, sewage, processed water, grease, or other liquids. Wastewater from doing the dishes, laundry, and showering are considered grey water and can be used in your garden. Hazardous waste can be liquid or solid. It includes all types of rubbish that are flammable, toxic, corrosive, and reactive. First things first, don't throw hazardous waste, whether liquid or solid, in your bin. Follow the labels on hazardous products for disposal instructions and buy the exact amount that you need. So if you use all of it, you really don't have any waste. You can flush some hazardous household wastes followed by plenty of water. This only applies, though, to hazardous household waste that can be neutralized by water. And when in doubt, reach out to the NSWMA. Solid waste is any tangible item that has already served its primary purpose and is discarded by individuals. This type of waste is commonly broken down into plastic, paper, metals, tins, ceramics, and glass. The good news is that most of the solid waste we create are recyclable and compostable. That's another reason it's important to separate your garbage. This way, you can create a compost heap with your solid organic waste and recycle bottles, furniture, and other solid waste. For those in terrible condition, drop them in your Jomadi gates and the NSWMA will be there on the double for them. And if you don't have a drum, the NSWMA will provide one under its Jomadi Gate initiative.
So we are issuing you with your own drums, so you have control over your receptacles, don't it? So your garbage don't have to be littered all over the place.
Recyclable waste refers to all the items we can convert into products that are useful. These include my water bottle, solid items such as paper, metals, furniture, and organic waste. Well, you don't really dispose of recyclable waste. At least, you shouldn't. Reusing or upscaling is the way to go. We're all responsible for the waste we create, and by separating them and practicing proper waste disposal, we'll create a beautiful, safe, and healthy environment, doing our part to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Here are more recycling tips. 1. Make sure whatever you intend to recycle is clean. That's always the first step. 2. For cardboard, they should be flattened before you dispose of them. 3. Set up designated recycling containers at home, work, and school. And 4. When you go to the store, look for products made of recyclable materials. Got it? Good. Don't go anywhere. There's more Jamaica Magazine after this. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced on March 17 that the order and all measures under the Disaster Risk Management Act that came into effect to manage the COVID-19 pandemic had been withdrawn. While we are happy to finally see our neighbors, friends, and co-workers in person, we are expected to act responsibly. Here's how.
The novel coronavirus 2019 or COVID-19 is a respiratory illness that may present with a fever, dry cough, and tiredness. Persons may experience more severe symptoms such as shortness of breath and difficulty breathing. One of the best ways to fight this disease is by boosting your body's immune system. Giving yourself a healthy head start could be the difference between life and death. As we look at how we can stave off or reduce the effects of COVID-19 and other respiratory illnesses like this disease, we have compiled a list of ways to optimize the functioning of our immune system. First things first, get regular rest. Sleeping between 6 to 8 hours helps improve the body's immune function, mental health, and regulate weight while increasing productivity. Next up, exercise. Physical activity improves one's mood while increasing energy levels in the body. Managing stress is another weapon against sickness. When we are anxious, the body's disease-fighting defenses are reduced. Keep hydrated. Yes, the body doesn't function properly when it doesn't have enough fluids. You may maintain adequate water levels in your body by consuming water, fruits and vegetables with high water content, as well as soup. If you suffer from any health condition, be on top of your medication and stick to the management plan that's been decided on with your doctor. Another tip, you are what you eat. If you consume too much alcohol, sugary drinks, and processed foods, the body's defenses will lack the right micro and macronutrients to function properly. That's why it's absolutely important that we have a balanced diet. Incorporating items from all the food groups allow the body to glow, grow, and go. There are some foods, however, that are rich in vitamins and minerals which help to power up the body's natural immunity. Noted for its immune-boosting qualities, foods rich in vitamin C help the body produce white blood cells, which ward off or shorten the length of infections. Citrus fruits such as oranges, lemons, tangerines, lime, and grapefruit are rich in vitamin C. But even richer in the vitamin are cherries and red sweet pepper. Local fruits and vegetables such as Otaiti apple, guava, pineapple, papaya, June plum, soursop, cauliflower, cabbage, and Irish potato are also rich in vitamin C. As an antioxidant, vitamin E helps to prevent cell damage and regulate the function of one's immune system. Pear, peanut, olive oil, and almonds are among the foods with high vitamin E content. Foods with anti-inflammatory properties help treat respiratory illnesses, so it's best to add cinnamon, tomato, ginger, turmeric, flaxseed, strawberry, and garlic to your diet. Vitamin A is a key ingredient in the body's infection-fighting arsenal, as it helps with vision, repair, growth, and reproduction. In addition to spinach and kale, foods such as carrots, mangoes, pumpkin, sweet potato, and cantaloupe are rich in vitamin A. Another immuno-boosting vitamin can be found in milk, egg, cheese, tofu, yogurt, and fortified cereals. Vitamin D. The vitamin is also present in fish such as tin mackerel, tuna, sardine, and salmon. B vitamins are a critical part of the body's red blood cell production. They help to convert food into energy while maintaining healthy body tissues. Banana, sunflower seeds, watermelon, chicken, turkey, goat meat, liver, and red peas are rich in vitamin B. Zinc allows our body's immune cells to function properly while reducing inflammation. Foods rich in zinc include shellfish such as crab, lobster, and mussels. Zinc is also present in peas and beans, nuts, seeds, as well as dark meat including beef and pork. Practicing proper personal hygiene is also an important part of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. That includes regular hand washing and the use of hand sanitizer if water and soap is not available. Sneeze or cough into your elbow or cover with tissue that should be discarded in a bin. Avoid touching your mouth, eyes, or nose. And be sure to practice social distancing. You are your first line of defense against COVID-19. For your health's sake, start practicing good healthy habits today.
We've come to the end of our program. Get a recap of all you saw here and more on our YouTube channel. Also, feel free to visit our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for news you can use. In the words of Ben Franklin, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. From all of us here at the JIS, I'm Audrey Williams. Bye for now.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.